powerful 7.8 magnitude earthquake has hit Nepal near the capital city of Kathmandu.
A major new aftershock, magnitude 6.7.
It's the worst quake to hit Nepal in more than 80 years, and even
Nepal desperation is turning to despair as more violent aftershocks rattle that region.
In the midday of Saturday, literally, we felt the earth shaking. So if we felt it in Delhi, I can't imagine how bad it was here in Kathmandu.
The massive earthquake killed nearly 9,000 people and injured 22,000 more. In just a few moments, hundreds of thousands of people had become homeless. The world mobilized to help. And among the first to arrive in Nepal were doctors from the Israel Defense Forces, or IDF.
I got a phone call, middle of the night, you're going.
We are now in Gangabu district inside the city of Kathmandu, which is one of the worst areas hit by the earthquake on last Saturday. As you can see here, the devastation is just enormous, and the recovery process will take a long time.
Within 96 hours after the earthquake, we already have a field hospital here, fully operational.
The devastation in Nepal was extreme, but for the Israeli doctors, it was nothing new.
A major disaster may be unfolding right now in Haiti, hit today by a powerful earthquake.
It is hard to imagine a country less able to cope with a devastating earthquake.
This earthquake could rival some of the worst calamities ever to afflict the earth.
When a catastrophic earthquake devastated Haiti in 2010, more than 200 IDF volunteers arrived in Port-au-Prince to help. In less than 12 hours, they built a hospital on this soccer field. And over the next 2 weeks, they treated more than 1,000 patients. The dedication and efficiency of the Israeli army doctors caught the attention of the worldwide media.
One unit has become legendary, the Israeli Medical Unit.
As you walk through this campus, it has military precision. You see a pediatric ward, you see a maternity ward, a newborn intensive care unit.
I've been here since Thursday. No one except the Israeli hospital has taken any of our patients.
I'm just amazed. I'm just amazed at what's here. This is like another world compared to the other hospital. My God, they have machines here. They have actual operating rooms, and it's just amazing.
3 years later, the IDF repeated their success halfway around the world when the most powerful typhoon in modern history slammed into the Philippines. After the storm, an IDF team built a field hospital on the island of Cebu, where they treated nearly 3,000 patients, performed 60 surgeries, and delivered 36 babies. The very first one was born prematurely and weighed just under 5 pounds. His parents named him Israel.
This is not the first time. We are also very experienced, and we're interested in doing it because this is our nature as a country. This is a tradition in Israel. Every time, anywhere in the world, something like this happens, earthquakes or a tsunami, or when people need us, then we have this thing that we volunteer and we come and help.
2 years later in Nepal, the IDF once again led the world's first responders. Within 4 days of the earthquake, they were running this hospital in a field outside Kathmandu.
What you see is actually a full-fledged field hospital, but one which is capable of giving operations in every form, shape or size. And we will be treating tens of thousands of Nepalese wounded in the next 3-4 weeks or whatever, however long it takes until the amount of wounded subsides and they are back into real life.
We brought the best equipment that we can, the best people that we can, and we try to do it as fast as possible. We know that every minute counts to save life. Imaging, laboratories, taking care of kids, taking care of new babies and newborn, of course, operations, everything that you see in a hospital, we have over here.
The IDF's medical team included 45 doctors and 29 nurses, all of them volunteers.
Right after the earthquake, we immediately call and say, we want to go. Even before the government decides that they send us, all the volunteers are jumping. I have small children. My kids are 9, 7, and 3 years old. And of course, the little one, she doesn't understand where I am. I miss them a lot. I have a good husband and he helps me a lot. People fight to come here because it brings out the best in human beings. And everyone here are showing their best side of the personality. So it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be with such good people.
Among those good people were these former soldiers who were on vacation in Nepal when the earthquake struck.
The day after the earthquake, we heard that there was a base here, and we want to help, of course, so we came with a taxi by ourselves, and we came here to help. We were helping the pharmacy here with all the medical stuff and moving stuff. Basically, I helped taking some injured people with beds to the surgery. Anything they need, we're here. This is like the education of the Israeli people, like from the army and from the families and from the reality in Israel. This is how we work. This is us.
The IDF wasn't the only Israeli group on the ground in Nepal. Since 2001, the NGO IsraAid has been on the front lines of disaster relief around the world.
We work together with the local community, with the Nepali army, Nepali police, and we're also leading a team now of humanitarian relief aid from Norway, France, and the US. We're trying to look for survivors, to rescue whoever we can, whether it's people dead or alive. Our team just landed on Tuesday morning. We took them straight from the airport here to this building, and they started to work without sleeping, without resting, without drinking, without eating. Immediately started to work because we know that every minute is critical if we want to find survivors.
Speaking truly, that no one was exactly helping us. Then Israeli team came and they first started to dig up there, and they didn't have any tools or equipment right then, but with the hand they started to dig up and they came and helped us, and that was very incredible.
Under this building that you see here, they estimate that there's about 20 to 24 people still trapped there. We already pulled out 4 bodies, and we're now trying to look for more.
The team used a machine called a life scanner that can identify signs of life.
The cleaning lady of this house, she in the stairway somewhere, and she is alive.
After 10 hours, they pulled 24-year-old Krishna Kumari Katka from the rubble of this 7-story building. She had been trapped for 128 hours, next to 3 dead bodies.
Israel straight from the airport and started digging up, and the thing they have and other didn't have is faith and hope. They found Krishna Kumari.
For Israel Aid, the dramatic rescue was just the beginning of an ongoing mission in Nepal.
Here you see the rescue expertise, but on top of that in Israel Aid, we're also bringing medical teams, and we're starting a third trauma care program, bringing Israeli expertise to help the survivors, to help people who lost their families and loved ones, to help them cope with this trauma.
In Africa, in Asia, in South America, in East Europe, you see operations that help local population and work with them closely to ensure food security, to help them ensure that they have adequate water supply, clean water. These are problems that Israel had been facing for over 60-something years and even before. And we want to share that experience. We know how important it is, and we have the experience, so there's no reason in the world that we'll only keep that experience to ourselves.
In the end, I'm standing here not just as Giora, and not just as Dr. Giora or the representative of the Israeli mission, but I stand here as a Jew who believes in God, and I think that God wants me here because he wants me to help these people because they need help. I think that's not only our privilege, but our duty.